case you don't know. Oh yeah.
I love that kind of production. That kind of beats.
Stay tuned to Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, Shaka Paka Jabi, that we go left with all in education, entertainment, and all the rest. Well, Fambula, we go now and welcome the program. Good morning, Salon. Stay tuned.
Weekend and good morning, and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Monday, June 16, 2025. We where they bring this edition come to you this Monday morning. Main as up to you, Kalon.
My name is Usman Kamara. Good morning. Inside the program this morning, according to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Sise, the judiciary will begin use the Criminal Procedure Act for beginning justice and case them by September this year. The first-time president for the Salon Association of Journalists, Ahmed Sahid Nasrallah, don't call on the new executive for continue for advocate for make them review the Cyber Security and Crime Act so that it will protect journalists and work. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Alhaji Timothy Kaba. We go talk about government position on Yenga issue between Salon and Guinea and other things.
Usman today na June 16. In those days, when they say June 16, you know what think happen?
Man, from this morning, I think you don't do some well up for we for go.
I know, right?
But it's like say the culture look the change.
Yes, you know? The worldwide celebration, they were not able to keep and uphold
the momentum will not see on this morning where they can, but all the same, June 16, so to everybody. Yeah, exactly. The program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. If you want to be part of the program, you can send in a message on the number 077981981. But remember, say the list will be live from a radio partner there, Radio Chalet 89.5, na Koinadugu and Falaba District, same way so on Radio Maleng 88.5, Radio 1G 11.3 na Pujon District, Radio Colenta 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kainlan, Wupad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sandon Kono, Radio Sandon Radio 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamakuyo 98.0, Voice of Masoro Pujon District, Jange Radio 99.3 FM na Loarabon District, Advocacy Radio Putloko District, Radio Katbami on 106.7 na Tonko Limba, and Heart FM on 95.9 na Moyamba District. The program na Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. If you want to be part of the program, you can send in a message on the number 077981981 or drop in a message on our Radio Democracy Facebook page. Inside the program this morning, we'll take the first issue. Usai, the founder for Every Child for Christ Foundation, Emmanuel Success Commander, say as part of June 16, when a day of the African Child celebration, the foundation they engage picking them on how them for be good Christian in our society. Well, he explained more to Master Nswari inside this interview.
Well, Every Child for Christ Foundation, a faith-based humanitarian organization, where we established in the year 2014 for address the need of picking them with nation of Sierra Leone. You know, Every Child for Christ Foundation, the motto each one save one. We come out the book of Luke 15 verse 10. We say happy.
As Morilengo, we be the talk to Usman Kamara in our exclusive interview for the 6-month term where it don't take my office. And according to them, under in leadership, they say it don't able to develop strategic plan where the ministry don't get a safe, don't put system in place of it against lawlessness. The program Good Morning Salon from that interview now, we come to studio as we can welcome with studio guest, we are the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Good morning, studio, and good morning, the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, we get the minister where they can talk about foreign affairs and other international related issues them. As we all know, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation are the government ministry where responsible for handling country in foreign relations and diplomacy. And they also can give advice to the president on foreign policy issues them, way for make Salon in good bilateral relationship with other country them. Some of the issues that the minister they can talk about this morning, get for do with Yenga, partial ban and other foreign related matter them. But for start the program, we go to the first question to the minister about the issue get for do with Yenga. Now one will see because lot of controversy and obviously Salon they try for get a headway between neighboring country when Guinea. From that time to now, Mr. Minister, take we listen and view them through waiting at the latest update on the issue get for do Yenga. As we know, say Salon gets issue with neighboring country Guinea.
Thank you very much. Yenga is not a new situation, a situation we don't persist for the past 20 years, and both all successive governments don't engage the government of Guinea for find a solution to the problem with the Yenga. Notably this year, on the 28th of April, we see the Guineans then, then put a warring posture where them being one for come and invade and occupy a village called a certain village where the military been therefore go and put a defense and stop the Ghanaians. Then during that process, let me therefore take 3 volleys of shots where was an indication of aggression, but the military stood its ground, and that was how they were fenced off. That's what I mean, therefore pushed them away. And so that led to the temporal closure of the border. However, diplomatic engagement will only go over and again. And at this time, not only would they continue to engage with them bilaterally, but we don't also take the matter to the different organizations and we Guinea and Sierra Leone be part of, and notably ECOWAS, the African Union, and now we don't, ECOWAS, for example, get a meeting of mediation and security where they come up this week, where Yenga are one of the issues will therefore be discussed. But as of this weekend, we see the 2 countries, security forces and other state apparatus and get for meet in the Yenga territory, which was a successful meeting. The police, the military, ONS, and the local chiefs then across the 2 divides been get for meeting in the Yenga territory. These sort of community engagement also they help for the peace and quietness of the place. But nonetheless, the aggression against Sierra Leone is a violation of international customary law and international law as we know and for B. And so therefore, because diplomacy is the last resort and the first point of call for resolve matters of border dispute between 2 sisterly countries, in this case, Sierra Leone and Guinea. So the ECOWAS letter will be right. ECOWAS don't discuss some preliminarily, and they don't get in contact with we say, for MEPU continue to get this sisterly relationship and resolve this matter once and for all. Then they encourage the 2 countries then for go to the International Court of Justice, where the final jurisdiction for arbitrate or for mediate between 2 countries on international border dispute. And so the government of Sierra Leone, through the Office of the Attorney General and other stakeholders, then they look into the protocol of the ICJ for able build up, we document them for go to the ICJ and take them to the highest level. This is very important because we don't see, say, sub-regional, regional and continental efforts, don't they almost prove for be very much slow and not, bringing quick and desired outcome from, the impasse between the 2 countries. And when obviously don't this persist, the insecurity they make, it cause economic hardship for people in that part of the country. And it's also an aggression on the territorial integrity of a country. And so that is the route over for take very soon for go to the ICJ. But like I said, the ECOWAS mediation meeting, therefore bring this proposal to both the representative of Guinea, because at that level, Guinea, they participate in ECOWAS for see how we'll get a pathway for where we'll all go. We don't see quite recently Equatorial Guinea and Gabon then going to the ICJ. The ICJ passed a judgment over a certain island or the 2 countries and they fought for, which went to in favor of Gabon we see back not long ago, Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. So these are things where normal because of these borders were crafted artificially by our colonial masters. However, I believe so the ICJ will get in final arbitration and mediation where we bring Yenga to, we're very confident Yenga is our territory. Now follow we go and go get this international judgment and then we call for decampment. But before we go ICJ and all the legal process in this mediation meeting, so Leone therefore underscore the importance of Guinea decamping, demobilizing in presence Yenga before we go to the ICJ because it should not be occupied while we go to the ICJ. It has to be deoccupied and then we go to the ICJ.
So in terms of the ECOWAS mediation, waiting will be the consent of the counterpart of Guinean then?
Well, we certainly talk to the Guineans and the ECOWAS as we regional organization. We, in fact, in the first place, it was through the ECOWAS arrangement of ECOMOG when the Guineans, Dominican, that Yenga territory. ECOWAS also been on the camp for mediate, and they understand the problem, and they know they talk to the Guineans, and the Guineans, like I said, at that security level of ECOWAS, they are not suspended. They are a party and a participant at that mediation. So when we go to Abuja this week, that's one of the things we're going to deliberate. At least the MSC, one of the Mediation and Security Council of ECOWAS, for conduct that mediation there. And we're very sure that for continue the brotherly relationship between we and them, this can be subjected to final arbitration and mediation to the ICJ. And I'm very confident as a sovereign state Guinea, they will abide by this because they are a party to that treaty.
All right. Mr. Minister, waiting at the status of Salon people, women did at that particular end, we've been left in community them and go other side.
They are back in their communities. We see, of course, things are very difficult. It's not raining season and people were not, they're not be able to do effectively than farming, because of the trepidation, the fear, where this encampment, aggression of the Guinean armed forces being caused. In any case, then people have don't go back, and there are various supports. For example, His Excellency the President being there for respond. It's a small community, but the impact is really far-reaching. His Excellency being there for sending humanitarian aid in the form of food items to the folks, and the MP and all other stakeholders are constantly engaging the people. The security forces, like I said, over this weekend, and get a very successful meeting, the ONS, the police, the army, with the Guinean counterparts then. And that now for restore peace, quietness, and confidence in the existence of the people, and therefore make them continue to do the normal day-to-day activities.
All right, this being talk to the leader for the main opposition, the PC party in the parliament, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, women present Salon situation at ECOWAS parliament. But according to it say the Guinean member of parliament then self me raise concern say nothing gets Yenga. Also the problem they will make up till now then people are not able to understand say na Salon land.
Well, this is why members of parliament then ECOWAS. I saw that fantastic debate by Honorable Abdul Kagbo when it was a very heated debate. But we know by historical, by every evidence available that now Sierra Leonean territory, it's not a matter of not a thing what would they even blink for, and that is why confidently one go before international adjudication for made them come and mediate. And finally, draw that conclusion and get outcome, say that is Sierra Leonean territory. I mean, you go expect them to defend as much as they can, but the fact of the matter is Yenga Sierra Leonean territory. It is by historical fact, it is by evidential fact.
So in all of this, Yenga issue still unsettled?
Yes, it's persisting, but efforts have been made diplomatically and otherwise for make sure, say, we get, and legally for make sure, say, we bring that impasse to a final rest.
So in terms of the negotiation or mediation, waiting Salon expected for do and that of a counterpart Guinean then?
Well, the mediation ECOWAS therefore broached this suggestion to both Guinea and Sierra Leone. ECOWAS incidentally they engaged both countries. We set at bilateral level. Because we are all a party to the ICJ, and we all definitely have to agree. Guinea will have to agree. We'll go to the ICJ and go find mediation and negotiation for that.
All right. If the ICJ finally give a verdict, we favor Salone, within this term will therefore see different at that particular side.
Well, it is the president and the government's desire for great economic activities in that place. Because if you look at the border at Makona River, you get Nongoa, which is a very big settlement where they're under the Gigedu prefecture, whereas on the part of Sierra Leone here on Leone shore, not just some very small villages that will get far away from Kwendu, which is the main town in that Yenga territory. So we therefore, His Excellency the President, don't propose and the direct say economic activities must be created and intensified in that area there by having trade, sport, we're going to make people in the go there and settle, and by so doing, by those settlements and those activities, we put a full social, legal, and economic claim to the Yenga territory.
So this border or bilateral issue is along get with Guinea. The ICJ and the International Criminal Court of Justice. Now
Court of Justice.
Now the best way or best approach that for solution to this whole matter way, according to you, this issue don't be for far too long.
Yeah. We wish we resolve them now or yesterday bilaterally. Okay. And also using the multilateral space that we'll get at the sub-regions such as Mana River Union, ECOWAS, or the AU. But it seems in order to produce the immediate and quick effect or where would they desire. So we're going to the ICJ, in my consideration, and rightly so, are the highest court of adjudication on matters of this nature. And because it's an international court, the outcome will be abide by Guinea and Sierra Leone.
All right. Before we go for break, Yenga not the only place we are in a boundary between Salone and Guinea. Waiting governments they do for protect the border crossing points them across the country. We
see, for example, in the Konoa axis, we see we don't get new post them way. When I was Minister of Mines, we saw one of the mining companies as part of CSR working with the government to NRA for build border posts then at them vulnerable point here for create human presence and activities. I think what government they try to do now in effect for able to make sure say we send this strong message of our economic, social and legal rights over all them border crossing points that are part of Sierra Leone for create economic activities, increase border vigilance and engage the communities, because also when you get lack of economic activities in a particular area, the people are tempted to go into the other country for engage in trade and business. And when this happens, you find out that people they naturally believe say that territory, even though it's not legally theirs, is theirs. So that is why government they try to use also the strategy of creating economic spots and then place in so that people go naturally settle at the border. Where we indicate say yes, our presence there is legal and it's ours.
Continue for the way to inside the program in name na Timothy Kaba in the Minister of Foreign Affairs as we there for talk about the issue of Yenga and other international policy them we Salone done the get. Well, we'll go for a short break. When we come, we continue the program. Good morning, Salone.
Education is a must, brother. I said to, I can't get you. I can't get you now. Look at the bill now. Can't get me now.
Mommy, they tire for seeing them picking them here, they play all time. They gonna get nothing for do. Mama, yeah, how for do my young boy picking self they play all time. But now, it look better small. So what do you do where it change? And make it begin use learning passport for study. What's this learning passport? Well, learning passport now one app where the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF don't come with, and it gets past question and answer where they make them easy for we picking them for study and pass exams. Look, now the learning passport me before they use for study and it try small.
Well, it's not a big opportunity for we picking them. Me self will try get this learning passport as well as me Bobo will get all the past exam questions and answer the way in need.
Go to Google Play Store now and download the MBSSE Learning Passport for free. not dey pay anything.
Mama, Papa, let we help with picking them. Forget the learning passport app. By this, we go help for prepare them well for the exams. Use the learning passport app today and pass the exam tomorrow.
This message comes from the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF.
Education free at schools and you picking goals.
You know look for bike when strong and are the best in the country. Little motorbike X-Map 125 the push you also go far. For just a 10,500 new loan, you will get fine Okada when they take you 80 kilometers straight. From Freetown to Port Loko and back with just 3 liters fuel.
This Lifan bike gets everything and more. First stock engine, 5 gears, present kickstart, strong steel frame, LED headlamp, and all TN tires. They also come with 16-liter tank where they take you long distance.
Parts are always available for make you change anything when you want.
The first time when your customer when they buy, they get 3 items like helmet, vest, tire lock for secure bike, 2 chairs, glasses, sports ball, and a stylish watch.
This stuff will make you enjoy your money. Rush now! Now 24 men motor road, Congo Cross na Freetown, or call 077 360 000.
We find motorbike. Built for your hustle, built for you.
You are with Union Dream House, where top salon micro city go build. You are with Union Okada. Get your business money, your generator, or with powerful smartphone. Well, now you take the rich so. Inside the Africell Jubilee Jumbo promotion, you go get chance to win big with Africell.
From now 10 December 2025, every day, Jubilee Jumbo promotion, they give out 2,500 cash prize as winning. Every week, one lucky Africell subscriber they win either one Okada, one generator, one smartphone, or 25,000 new loans from Africell.
For crown all this, every week, one Africell subscriber they qualify for the grand draw. Inside Africell they give 10 massive new house when a top salon micro city go bill as the grand prize to the grand winner. Now this Africell called Jubilee Jumbo promotion.
For take part by this promotion easy. Just top up 25 new loans and you will get one chance. Top up 25 new loans with Afri money and you will get double chance. The more you top up, the more chance you will get for win.
This show go dey live every Mondays to Fridays, 6 o'clock evening time, na AYB TV, Star TV, FTN, Classic TV na Bo, Africell Salon Facebook page, Afri Radio 105.3, and all other major radio stations right across the country. What you dey wait for? Africell Jubilee Jumbo don come for turning dreams to reality. Don't forget say, for qualify, just top up 25 million with Africell and get one chance. With Afri money, you will double your chances. Top up now and win your house with Africell Jubilee Jumbo promotion.
The program na Good Morning Salon. We will bring this edition come to you this morning. Me na Saptiyo Kalon.
And my name is Usman Kamara. Still inside the studios, we get the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Timothy Kaba. Before we go for that break, though, you don't explain things that we don't happen as way for solve the Yenga issue. But again, we still get Guinean to cook there with the Yenga and people with the another area they still feel threat. What's the message we government get for them people and they ask when they try for solve them?
Yes, and we also get with military presence right in the Yenga territory as well. And of course, we're going to conflict, armed conflict, no, not to the way to go. We are not going to defend, using arms right now. It will even compound the problem. And we'll continue to engage. We believe, say, this new posture, this new drive to the ICJ will bring a final solution to the problem. It's insecurity for the people. It creates a lot of fears and they affect also the economic activities of the people. So obviously it's worrisome. Government in number one priority for defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our country. And so it is our responsibility to ensure that the people are safe. And despite the presence of the GAF, we believe, say, the people are not under imminent danger because they cannot, attack the people, as some people they agitate, say, oh, we have a military for go into conflict with Guinea. No, Guinea is a sisterly country, despite this Yenga issue, and we therefore continue. I mean, it's a role of government for protect the people them, and as I say, now the instruction is to go to the ICJ, and how quickly that will bring a lasting solution is what we're looking for. And obviously, I mean, it's an embarrassment, it's an aggression, and the government is ready to ensure that we protect that land and make sure, say, our people are safe. This may not persist. It's unfortunate that a good neighbor can be acting, rather this belligerent, rather this aggressive against another country, whereas in fact it is shown in short history, say they were only invited to serve as a deterrent against the civil conflict the rebels are going to Guinea. So, but we'll continue to, do our best as a government, engaging all stakeholders. Like I said, the weekend meeting was quite encouraging. It's one of the first big meetings that were in the hold since after April 28th. So there's progress even on that local level as we go further international.
All right. As you update we about Yenga, but again, let's just shift to another issue we get for do it. The drug baron, just like where plenty people believe say it carried the name of Umar Sharif. What did not happen so far? It's still in Atonia?
How would I know? I'm not. I don't know anybody of such nature. I don't want to see anybody of such nature. And of course, I mean, receive a diplomatic document from the Netherlands where say a certain person that has been convicted in Netherlands is in Sierra Leone, but I'm not security. I don't get access to such a person. I don't know the person, so I may be limited to comment on that because I don't know the person.
Okay, so in terms of this issue between Salone and Guinea on a border issue, this in any way don't serve as a reminder or reason for Lona do more and review some of our policy them way for really protect the area or border crossing points then?
There are policies in place. Like I say,
how strong are they?
Like I say, I mean, the fact say we get them borders here and we are an existing state, that by itself, and there's a constitution, there's a government, there's a population, that by itself now guarantees say we get a sovereignty, and that sovereignty is what we're protecting. Border infractions, border dispute, border claims always exist when two communities and they side by side. We see all over the world people are fighting for land and all of that. So the policies are there. It's about the adherence to international law and international customary law by we neighbors. And Sierra Leone don't make any effort, nefarious, any effort with a bad intention for claiming any territory in Liberia or Guinea. But unfortunately, this is coming from our neighbor, despite the fact that there are laws where they protect the sovereignty of individual countries. But that is why we're going to these people who are the interpreters of this international law and international customary law for me to come in and give we rights to Yenga.
Okay, so now we don't conclude on Yenga. One other recent issue on the topic of discussion. Also, everybody get a different explanation. And they will get for do with the embassy. Also, we see this BNTM, the embassy in the salon, do an announcement, and according to them, in accordance with the presidential proclamation, that President Donald Trump, the ambassador suspend issuance of tourist visa, students, and exchange visits or non-immigrant visa. We get different category them, like BFM and J. And according to the statement with them poll, this banner to, Sierra Leonean citizens them, we, according to the statement, again, now it's immediate effect. But again, there's a certain set of people in the way fall other certain category where then go they also give visa. From this time where these issues come out from the Salon Embassy, Nayada, the US Embassy, how first of all government take this particular pronouncement from the US Embassy in Salon?
It's unfortunate for make your country will be described as a country where in citizens and they go to the United States or any other country based on short-term visas, and these people would go and overstay. It's not good for the image of the country, and also historically in the past, they bring citizens that will get with passport and document them, we overstay or we involved in activities and we illegal. Then they ask for bring them people here back. But I think in the past, we've been on against skepticism, government before now, and now certain people in the world they've not been the way governments have not been on they accept based on interviews at the embassy and all of that, and based on their origins, even though your origin will be defined in a foreign country by the document where they bear. And so when the news came, it's a very unpleasant one, because genuine Sierra Leoneans who would want to go to the United States to do business, students will go and go for further their education, and tourists that will go and go for don't plan for go to the United States. They are all affected by this. But like you said, it's a presidential proclamation of the United States. It's a sovereign nation, and get their own rules and laws then, and we therefore respect that. However, there are many categories of visas that continue to be where the U.S. Embassy continue to give visa. For example, journalist visa, then still they give. And I believe that these areas that wouldn't target for suspend, these are the areas where people they use them visa really for go overstay, and it's not good for the image of our country.
So aside using visa for go overstay, what are the other reason you wanna try for know why this decision affects Salone directly? Any other reason there?
Well, they stated two reasons. The other is, like I say, a refusal forget we nationals then where they deport from the United States. But I must tell you that my 2 years memory of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, every identified Sierra Leonean where gets Sierra Leonean documents where they on the list of deportation, we have processed. We don't issue etc to them for make them go come back in our country, because this is where they belong. This is our country, and if they are in another man's land and they are undocumented, and the people in desire for make them left their country for because of insecurity and other issues, now we write for receive with citizens then, and we've been doing that consistently.
All right. After the election, the United States been concerned about UK where they allege may happen. We are in they may talk about some people where they think say contribute to that particular issue. Who are the people are not able for no?
Say who are them?
You get particular people where they may raise concerns.
There's no ban on anyone.
Or no government official.
No, there's no ban on any government official. Every government official they go to the United States on a valid visa go count. There is no such ban by the United States of America or on any member of the government of Sierra Leone.
All right. Again, people we can travel with government on different activity like the UN and other things. Them people believe say during them process then they can insert some people their name. We can go now they come again, and these are some of the people we don't lead we to this partial ban.
Well, I look. We can get conflict in this country, and a lot of people will go back in the United States, and after that, some people then come, get documented during the conflict in Guinea, in Nigeria, where then they take advantage of the TPS, the temporal protection status, where the United States been give to people affected by civil conflict, like the one we have in Salome. Many of the people now, when they repatriate, these are people who don't in the United States for over 20, 25 years, where been go under their status, then they will not be able to fully regularize their status. Some people, in fact, are deported to Sierra Leone, we bear Sierra Leonean documents, we go with Sierra Leonean documents, we naturally not to Sierra Leoneans. So we see this number, they come in, now they come on the Sierra Leone delegation list where they go. It's not a perfect system, and people always take advantage of these privileges, and then they abuse them privileges here. But efforts have been made, tremendously for ensure we not abuse the integrity of the consular section. Okay. It's Ministry of Foreign Affairs under me watch. I make every effort with my team for ensure we not allow people then for abuse this particular. In the past, it was almost like an exodus, but measures have been put in place for ensure we keep that integrity of the consular section, because it is that integrity where they give the leverage, where they give the support and believe when Sierra Leoneans and get them visa, then we'll go for the purposes for which they get and then come back.
Okay, continue for the inside the program that the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kabawe, don't they take with on different diplomatic issues. Them inside the program now, we go for a break.
We're trendy and youthful, where you'll be. You na government or private workman? You want buy land for build your dream house? You want buy motor car? Or now you picking and school fees you want for pay? You want to furnish your apartment or want to settle urgent medical bill? Sometimes you want travel. Well, no worry. UBA get you back with the UBA No Wahala loan. We could make you get loan as low as 5,000 and as high as 1 million with millions. You don't need to worry about any collateral. Once you work past 6 months, now any government office, international NGO, or any institution where the bank recognize inside them loan portfolio, you will get the opportunity for pay them small with sweet timeline. We're now up to 4 years with no wahala. Oh yes, UBA No Wahala loan don't come for you. Loan will give you peace of mind. So what do you wait for? Just reach for the sky with no wahala. UBA, Africa's global bank. One brand, partnering for progress.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that's we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and the person can collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Inside the program now, we they look at another issue. According to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Sise, the judiciary go begin use the Criminal Procedure Act for give justice and case them by September this year. It took this inside one national stakeholder dialogue on gender, children, and women's issue in Sierra Leone, where the Office of the Chief Minister, international idea with support from AU all, also them bring together stakeholders them from different groups in the country for talk on issue they will get for do with women and girl picking them in the country. For more on this issue, let me listen to Yenga Kabia.
Women and girl picking them for long term now in the country. Don't they face plenty violence them. Because of them violence, way women and girl picking in the face, they make government be put strong law them for protect them. Like the Jury Act, the Child Rights Act, and other one them, where all their lawyer, according to their woman and girl picking there, plenty for them not get better sabi, but the law them, where they protect them, and the implementation, then say, now one big problem. But for no, how the lawyer don't they work, they challenge them, where government and their partner and they get for implement them. Make the Office of the Chief Minister, the international idea, with support from the European Union, don't all one day national stakeholder dialogue on gender, children, and women's issues in Sierra Leone. Who said them bring together different stakeholders them for talk on their lawyer, where government some put for protect women and girl picking them.
But we see the gains that we law don't make. Part of the gains then now, the number of women in the parliament will increase, the number of female ministers, the number of women, the way they meet them other parastatals and other agencies, then we see the progress we make as a country. So we want to move forward from the minimum 30%. We want to push further. So now that's where we get all the engagement there. So they call on everybody. Una way they are so the man with the listing outside. Then we all come on board when you are called upon. No way certainly they call you. When you hear me say there is an initiative, Gia, will they pay everybody for come?
You be the listen to the Minister of Gender, Dr. Aissata Maroy, where be they talk about some part the game them, where it say governments don't make per woman and girl picking them business na the country. But how far governments don't go for sake of the safe motherhood and reproductive health care bill, where they before member of parliament they now, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chenoba explain.
So we don't do first reading of parliament. We will go for second reading. Deputy Minister of Health, Honorable Jalika Mustafa, and in the lead on this, I just done the playback up for him. Parliament, the speaker in the wisdom been sent for go do additional consultation with Interreligious Council. Chairman here believe that consultation day. We don't get multiple meetings with them. We don't move towards them. on countless occasions. I can say where they come for negotiate, we move towards in the way they start with. And we've been talking, say the essence of the consultation is not for let we receive the endorsement, but for receive the understanding.
Where in the talk, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Sise, been talk about how far governments they now with the Criminal Procedure Act.
We don't finally ready for make the new Criminal Procedure Act come into effect. The new Criminal Procedure Act will come into effect in September this year, the start of the next criminal session. And the Act make very clear provision for alternative sentences for people, especially women. So we talk about suspended sentencing, we talk about community service, we talk about restorative approaches.
It carry on for talk about the thing them where they don't put in place for sake of thing them we get to do with gender and the justice system.
The way we system structured, right? Say, if somebody can be pregnant, within the facilities where they inside the court for make sure say we able accommodate in participation in the criminal justice system. Or if let us say the woman where they in conflict to the law, waiting the magistrate and the judge supposed to consider, where they even talk about in participation, but then if the person convicted, when they talk about in sentencing, etc., etc.
Some people will be the part of this program been get this for sale.
My name is Edwin, African Women Leaders Network. I've heard not just in this room but in other spaces about resources and about government's lack of resources for to try to number of things. I'm aware that any government will get all the money for the whole thing, but I think there has to be some very deliberate steps to make sure, say, governments get adequate resources for especially put the sort of structure that are needed up to chiefdom level or up to ward level.
Paramount Chief, I hear some people brand so I serve as the National Secretary General for the National Council of Paramount Chiefs of Sierra Leone. But honestly speaking, I think so we get to two words there. It is either we know they interpret them well to the people of Sierra Leone, or maybe we just understand them to how they don't know them. We want to we go on with them, how they understand them. For example, genital and gender. When the minister will talk, when you talk about gender, it just talk about the girl beginning. Is it that gender? When you talk about gender, that girl beginning no more in the involved? The answer is no. When you talk about gender, now both boys and girls, now man and woman, you talk about.
But with all this, waiting government think of them here. Where them people here don't talk for sake of seeing them, where the Ambogman and Gal picking them na the country, the chief minister, Dr. David Senge, be explained.
There has to be intentional collaboration between government, CSOs, citizens, international organizations, MPs, religious leaders, all man. I hope we will take that day, and I'm glad we will use this intentional collaborative framework for how we consult. The second thing where I want to mention, waiting the honorable say, and all man put a lot of pressure on you, but the guideline where hopefully you will take back to Parliament. Now, your keyword we use, which is like a new era of responsibility. Responsibility as advocated by the paramount chiefs, responsibility as enshrined in the laws for making the commission able doing work, the National Children's Commission, responsibility as civil society. If we say this is a new era of responsibility, we need to take that responsibility there as leaders in Parliament, as leaders in government, for make that decision there, we then give it.
The Chief Minister, Dr. David Moina Senge, end up say during this consultative meeting, government in say, don't plenty seen them on how for work with different stakeholders them. For say they're able for address plenty party in them where they inside the law, where for protect woman and girl picking them na the country. For Radio Democracy, Kabia the reports.
The program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Still inside the studios, we get Timothy Kaba, we now the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Angio, Mr. Lengo in position. All right, inside the program, you don't hear about update. We the minister don't talk about. We get for do with a lot of issues on Yenga and other one them. Still inside the studios.
Yes. So, Mr. Minister, let me conclude quickly on this U.S. Partial ban. The proclamation also states about, say, the proclamation does not revoke existing visas. If you already have a valid visa and use it lawfully, you may still travel to the United States and apply for entry at the immigration. You can throw more highlight on this, let people get a clear picture.
Absolutely. I mean, they suspend for issue these categories of visa, but they don't invalidate the holders of the visa the way people already getting them passport. Like you paraphrase the proclamation. They say holders and we get this visa then can still go to the United States lawfully and accept that the United States Embassy in Sierra Leone not the issue or anywhere in the world not the issue visa to Sierra Leoneans where they apply for this category of visa. But this also is subjected to review every 90 days, and we don't take remedial measures. Speaking with the U.S. ambassador, there are certain things that we work towards as a means of remedying the situation. And of course, like I say, quite recently, we have been very much compliant in terms of receiving identified Sierra Leoneans that are not documented in the United States. We're on the list of deportation because it's the right thing to do. But when it comes to the overstaying of we citizens, that we can only appeal to citizens that way they get this opportunity for they'll be, compliant with the rules and regulations in the use of the visas that were the issue. Because now the actions, the collective actions of people who don't overstay, don't misuse this visa category, don't affect the righteous people we deserve for go for do business, students the way you don't get admission for further the education are affected. It's unfortunate.
Continue with it quickly as we look at another issue.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program now. We go online and get Edmond Abu, we na representative from the Native Consortium. Good morning, Edmond, and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Yeah, good morning, Radio Democracy.
All right. We understand, say you get concerned, we get for do with the issue of fear. Which in really are you concerned?
Well, not only got the concern, it's not even more than concern every other Sierra Leone because the market's now confused and it affects everybody. What's the for tell me, brother Anna, Minister Timothy Kaba morning? The thing that happen now, the fuel price they be down the good, and the price after last week's Sunday, the local we don't put in price down to diesel 23, petrol 25. We legitimize the positions. They then might able sell the fuel cheap on a reason. And what and not a government tell you. And then don't more grab no more money, no more one Sunday morning. Now if I tell the PRT, the local they can put the price down. Put the price down. When they do later and see. Then go now, they go and hold meeting them. They go complain at Parliament, go to Vice President Juliet Jallo, now tell the Vice President, say, hey, Mr. President, this thing, Mr. Vice President, this is not competition. No, allow let the competition work. Now we still don't, they count one product worth 45, they tell Guinea, then the bond. It's very man when they go complain and call of Leone. Now then big and say, Mr. Vice President, big and say one cry. You don't allow for let export. So now, what's going to happen now? I then go down to Chief Minister. They go to Chief Minister, first they go back again to Minister of Finance. They complain with and go with how Aminata and Zala, they invade tax, they small fuel, they make out good fuel, how they pay tax, when they go investigate nothing. Why? Because they get this conspiracy, all man for sale like them. All man for sale like them. And we they remind the PRA, say, and this until they continue to remind us, say, PRA no get no law for let them force any dealer or OMC for sale below the government price. The only law we then get is now them powers. Now for let sell above the ceiling. And what for tell President Bill last week Friday, President Bill do something very, very excellent. No go command. When I not pass to this, the Chief Minister said refer them out to President and President Bill because they want pull a statement on that very Black Friday state. They say PRA for pull a statement, but God will not agree. They not agree to this statement. That make you see the market all turn about. All man they sell now, then they begin impersonator, they go first station and say, if you not sell 27, we can look on a station. So now make they will tell the PRA say, we put this price down. Now here is the price, Usman, 98.1 Famulem. I did now to today. This is the scorecard. Zara petrol station, petrol and diesel 25. Aminata, petrol and diesel 26. NP, petrol and diesel 27.3. Manado, petrol and diesel 27.3. They don't put her up to 27.3. Leone, we put in price on last week, make false life. Where they make a diesel and diesel 23, petrol 25, they say don't put at 27 because the conspiracy not working backfire. So this is the point.
Edmond, waiting are your evidence then towards all lengths in there with you they allege say?
Which one?
Where you see that they conspire?
Yeah, because like I said, they're not letting them sell. You know, they stop saying the market confused, the government confused. People they go by, we don't get past hundreds of calls. People, this fear is so they be the same trade. You know, we not say, small, they take no money, they will not get that money, they will not get that way they for the game called block that they go proof point. If you not believe, when I go look at the market, almost local they sell now. Local don't stop for sale at 23, 25 from last week, Thursday, Friday. When I go check the market. You understand? So then I need evidence for that. Say they go to vice president for them to go first, then they did. Say they go meet, they go call meeting to chief minister. Chief minister will confirm now. Now chief minister refer them to president. What president tell them say that all man sell, I want. The only thing let us not sell. So now they put the command say PRA for issue statement. I for comment the PRA.
Go ahead.
They be don't pull it. They be conspiracy that almost for sale 27. And then go put people there. Then people go get part of it. Whether not PRA staff, we don't know. They're going to highlight the station. If we not sell at 27,
Alright.
You understand? So waiting we they say, let nobody, no government officials, no for force anybody. If me go say, me and Timothy, they're not of course market. Timothy say they sell 25. Me say they sell 26.
Alright, well, that's now Edmond Abu, when a representative from Native Consortium Massimilary is concerned about the issue of fear. We go for a break. When we come, we continue the program. Good morning, Salon.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Neon Online Bank and Neon mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. That pardon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. Delivering God.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now. Number 2123 Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, Air SL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. sharp from the Freetown International Airport. With tickets priced that will fit your pockets. Book today. Now flysierraleone.com. For get quick chats with one of our attendants, call +232 90-838-071. Connecting Sierra Leone to the world. Fly with ease. Air Sierra Leone, our flag, our future.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Inside the program we take one of headline story. The Musa, the first president for the Salon Association of Journalists, Ahmed Said Nazala, don't call on the new executive Naslaj for continue for advocate for make them review the Cyber Security and Crime Act so that it will protect journalists and work. They talk this inside the Salon Association of Journalists, the elective Congress, where they hold for pick the new executive will run the association for the next year. Well, for more on this, make we join Alaji Jallo.
in exercise of the powers conferred on the Chief Electoral Commissioner by Article 14(6) of the 2024 Constitution, I hereby declare Kamara Alhaji Manika, President of
The Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Sludge Electoral Commission, Zainab Yamide Joki, they announced Alhaji Manika Kamara as the president for the Salon Association of Journalists, after we Alhaji Manika Kamara be scored 308 out of the 462 who votes and for be the next president for the Salon Association of Journalists. According to the constitution of this particular association, inside any 3-year term where the member that they gather for pick the new president, vice president, secretary general, public relation officer, financial secretary, organizing secretary, and assistant secretary general, where then people like also will serve as the executive of this body for run the affairs of the association for the next 3 years. This election, which I member then go elect Alhaji Manika Kamara, will be contest against Mustafa Sise and self-elect other people at different position them. And one week come after the past president, Ahmed Said Nasrallah, in terminal office we don't come to an end after he don't serve as president, but 6 years when a 2-term and served 3 years as Secretary General for this association. But before all this election they take place, wherein they talk to journalists them, as the outgoing president, Ahmed Said Nasrallah, tell journalists then say inside in term na office, they don't do plenty thing them for the association.
For the people of the criminal libel law, the long journey, signaling a new dawn for the media in Sierra Leone, and new lead to the World Press Freedom Index by the reporters. It was a collective triumph involving SLAJ, civil society, media stakeholders, diplomatic community, entertainment industry, and the government of Sierra Leone. We organized the first ever Media Viability and Investment Conference with support from the BBC Media Action Sierra Leone, the government of Sierra Leone, International Fund for Public Interest Media, which gave us the opportunity to better understand the industry challenges, assigning responsibilities, and providing a clear vision and roadmap for SLAJ and media development in Sierra Leone. Another significant achievement is the development of the SLAJ gender equality policy for the media, with support from the Irish Embassy, to guide us address the gender imbalances in SLAJ and the media industry in general.
Ahmed Said Nasrallah, first-term president, continues to say the new executive for continue for advocate for journalists and safety in the country.
As I prepare to hand over, I urge the incoming leadership to continue where we left off and to go even further. Some critical areas that need sustained focus include: 1, continue advocating for the review of the Cyber Security and Crime Act to ensure it protects our work. Continue engaging the president through the Attorney General's office to return the Counter-Terrorism Act to Parliament for broader and more inclusive consultations on what is best for us. We need a SLAJ that is not just reactive, but proactive. One that moves beyond survival to influence policy, set standards, and shape national discourse. We need a leadership that is bold but humble, strategic but grounded, leadership that listens more than it speaks and serves more than it shines.
The Salon Association of Journalists, now the umbrella body, who don't they work in the interest of journalists them, beside them they promote the welfare of journalists them, fight for freedom of expression, among plenty other things them. And this association get plenty partner them, who don't they help for move this association in what go before. One among them partner they also, now the Human Rights Commission, we make inside in your own statement, before member then the Salon Association of Journalists, the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, Patricia Nasu Danema, say the new executive for work Tranga 1 for protect journalists them right.
The theme, electing a new executive, moving SLAJ forward, resonates deeply with our shared commitments to democracy, accountability, and advancement of fundamental freedoms. Principles that underpin both SLAJ's mandate and the work of the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone. The incoming executive must be steadfast in defending journalists' rights, combating misinformation, and advocating for policies that ensure a safe and enabling environment for the press, a mission that aligns with the Commission's mandate to protect freedom of expression as a human rights. We want to have a SLAJ where the voices of women are heard and are also placed in strategic positions within SLAJ's operational structure. The Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone stands ready to continue collaborating with SLAJ's new leadership in terms of enhancing capacity on human rights reporting and ethical journalism.
as he don't win the election, waiting in first priority to the association in development one, the president-elect Alhaji Manika Kamara explained.
I stand with you all, not as a victor over others, but as a servant of a cause that is greater. This is not just my win, this is large victory. A victory for unity, for resilience, and for the enduring spirit of press freedom in Sierra Leone. Let us be focused on what truly matters, upholding the press freedom, deepening professionalism, improving the welfare of our members, and fiercely defending our sacred space as journalists. Sludge is not a name. Sludge is a legacy, a responsibility, a promise. And today, we renew that promise to each other, to the truth, and to this nation.
By the end of the election, Alhaji Manika Kamara will be the president, vice president, Richard Gevao, Secretary General, Edward Farah Mara, Organizing Secretary, Alice Mariam Toure, Public Relations Officer, Hawa Bakar, Theophilus Benda, Assistant Secretary General, and Financial Secretary, Mohamed Kone, for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, na Alhaji Jallo, the report.
From that report, the program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and now they bring in the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba. We don't talk on different issues that we get for do with bilateral relationship and other matter them. So, Mr. Minister, the issue about Sierra Leone presence or status at the United Nations Security Council and that of the African Union very important. We know the state and presence of Sierra Leone are in two important organs there. So,
very well. I mean, some years ago, Sierra Leone had been a point of discussion and deliberation at the UN Security Council, and also in the African Union Peace and Security Council and the ECOWAS Mediation Security Council. Today, with the Synod Council here, they reciprocate, which have they add and contribute to the maintenance of sub-regional, regional, continental, and global peace and security. We see when we come to the Security Council, after the overwhelming election of June 6, 2023, we start with membership in the non-permanent category on the 1st of January last year. So Leone championed quite a lot of issues in the Security Council. For example, Sierra Leone chair of the Sanctions Committee, where they work with the UN Security Council for ensure, say, countries that were vulnerable to conflict or countries that are already in conflict, they not get proliferation of weapons, we go compound and exacerbate the warring situation in them countries. And they, for example, Congo, we don't play a key role in Congo DRC, the sanction, and we don't work with the UN through the African Union. 3 members, the mechanism will get inside the UN Security Council for ensuring we push African issues. And we, for example, Sierra Leone, under we penship, we be able to push for get a presidential statement for, us, we're at the United Nations office now, West Africa. That office is very important with early warning, with, reporting to the UN, potential conflict points them and also find solution to them conflict by points in there. And also we contribution to Sudan, for example. We work with the United Kingdom on many occasions for bringing ceasefire about that country there, and many other issues we work on the Russia and Ukraine conflict. We don't add with voice. We've voted against the aggression of Russia on Ukraine, and in the conflict of the Middle East, for example, we have consistently raised our voice, worked with the UN for ensure, say, civilians are protected, especially women and children in Gaza. Also, we don't see a near massacre. Over 50,000 people, they don't kill them. That is very worrisome. And we are part of the C24. We're at the Committee for Decolonization and Self-Determination. We're on the ad with voice for support, the independence of countries that where they struggle for independence and self-determination. So these are the many things that we're going to do at the Security Council. And in the AUPSC, for example, May was when Sierra Leone chaired the African Union Peace and Security Council. So through His Excellency in directives, having therefore direct the embassy in Addis Ababa for come with with a high-level mission to Guinea-Conakry for help with the transition of Guinea, which the Guineans they appreciate quite a lot. We're working very hard for maintain good presence in the discourse for global, continental, and sub-regional peace and security.
All right, we understand, say, he left for Salon 6 months on the position of the Security Council. What are next get for take over?
Well, nobody know the takeover. We're not, but Africa get 3 candidates and we always in the non-permanent category of the UN Security Council. Incidentally, we good neighbors, Liberia, being therefore vie into the contest after then see what Sierra Leone don't do, and also a country that was in war. We don't come up from war to peace. These are the experiences we want to share as a sub-region to the world. And Liberia, incidentally, therefore come in on the 1st of January 2026, where we exit on the 31st, and we get Somalia, we get for Dede, Algeria, and Sierra Leone get for leave. So yes, we 6 months we don't left. We're working on many files, and Sierra Leone today is highly respected thanks to President Bio in visionary leadership. We go to the UN Security Council. That countries of the world, they collaborate very well with we. Sierra Leone's presence is very remarkable. For example, countries that would normally limit their engagement with us at bilateral levels, they participate in that United Nations and they work with Sierra Leone very honestly. United Kingdom, the US, China, Russia, and all the other members that within the council with the work for promote peace and security. And it puts Sierra Leone in a very pole position in terms of our international connections today in a very difficult world where, that's more multipolar, more transactional. Sierra Leone, they within that world will thrive. It's a difficult world, but we are getting our own share of what the world has to present to countries.
All right, for the ordinary people, for they understand, what's in against the way we don't get as we don't occupy some of them seats then the way you just explain.
Look, first and foremost, it defines the moral nature of a country. Don't forget, I remember on the 7th of February 2009, them passed a resolution where we mandate the United Nations for send the largest troop of UN peacekeepers ever seen to this country, where bring peace to a country. So that we get a moral imperative for do the same thing with countries and the women in the UN Security Council been do for we at those very difficult times of a country history. So we get a moral role what they play in the international world. For example, calling for save lives in Gaza, in Ukraine, that's a moral obligation where a state for take. And I believe so we don't do that excellently through the leadership of the president. In terms of direct benefit, one, that's an expression of gratitude for being part of the UN and for people that we can lead their life for peace and democracy. And also, we not only that we've been in the Security Council is about security, but also for economic purposes. And it's outside peace and quietness, they get development. And development in a sub-region, development around the continent is beneficial for all of us.
Okay, continue with me inside the program, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba. Inside the program now, they listen to work about.
I take Fambu. I say now this country just election, mom. I say I would carry on. I say, but me own trust. I say don't pata. I say not the listen again. I say not the listen at all. I don't want that. I say, bo, look what man then the court ke pass pam blackout, bo. I say, look what man then the bluff pam blackout, bo. I say, nade alusai na alasana say yo. I say, and Tina boy confused. I say what people they blow mind. I say I can no more. It can't tell we say na generational problem. I say I say, don't begin back. I say, but waiting one me pa Rusana la shining talk. I say, now we talk, say, I want Bogo Sidom. I say, for your friend solution to this light problem. Now tell me, Baba say, I say the day when they beat politicians in this country, when they flag politicians in this country, I say you left give me a Lushine and a Lashan, as a looking record, you left give me Ambo, you need for slap by me, you need them by me every, I said this waiting money me pan them. I said what the thing they find for them. I said they're not the call you. I said Uncle Timothy, I said money no, I said money. I say I do the job, I say Yanga time and no bullshit man. I say me Baba they tell me say you ask for me. You say you want to talk foreign policy. I say that boy go pay me consultation fee. I say me no to 70 euro. I say when they do free promo no. I know they check that. I say, Timo. I say boy chef bo. I say unade. I say unade. I say when that true net out them color. I say waiting. I say come. I say check salon people your money. Nadian. I can then go back, they enjoy themselves. I say, the organization, then they want to make you the pay me. I say, no to be first on this show. I say, them don't they can this country. I say, but how them can get certificate, how them can get license to the rich side, the rich for come rich people. I say, now they beat me. I say, but waiting them bad now. I say, now the people get the blame. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to blame people much. Oh, they don't want to much from this kind of poverty. Because if now all except for able to fly, if now all except for able to fly, let go. If we're better, at least that and let we all the fly now, they go change the image of the country. I say, we person tell me, almost go, don't make from where it be, I say from where it be head, almost flying and coastal it be inside. I say, I say, fambula so de look no pikino. I should no born now no grip I say this issue of chief picking. I say rampant now. I say Namboya Usa team up now. I say police don't data for people. I say for chief picking. Me, Radio Naibuaka.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. They start for look at messages, and this one say, what are the core priorities of Sierra Leone foreign policies under President Bio administration?
This one from Mark 10, the New Englandville on the Sludge story. They say congratulations to the newly elected president of Sludge, Alhaji Manika Kamara, and his executive on their elections.
This one again say, how does Sierra Leone balance its relationship with Western nation and other global powers?
From Patrick Musana with Facebook page, Mr. Minister, it's injustice to Sierra Leone for President Trump to restrict Sierra Leone, while we have millions of other foreigners in Sierra Leone.
This other one say, what role does Sierra Leone play in regional and international organizations?
Another message again from the same Musa. They ask him, Mr. Minister, please do everything you can for the U.S. government to lift the sanctions. When I got the news, I was saddened because I have gotten my admission in one of the university in the United States, and the university is expecting me in August 20 this year.
And this other one say, Mr. Minister, within the inside the letter, we, the Netherlands government, write to Saloon.
From Tunde Scott, now with Facebook pages, I understand the Guineans are about to do a referendum on Yenga. Hope our government is doing a follow-up on that.
The last one I will take from that Sheikh and Sumana, I say, thanks, Mr. Kaba, for setting the record straight. Indeed, Sierra Leone has made tremendous progress in terms of international relationship.
This last one is have the take. They say, do America a super world power, but what is the ministry doing again to protect Sierra Leone territory? Over to you, Mr. Minister, for response to the message then.
Thank you very much. The first message says the core priorities of foreign policy. Foreign policy is defined in the Constitution, Section 10C of the Constitution. They say with foreign policy now geared towards regional integration and also protect and promote the interests of a country, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of a country. And in a world that is very much multipolar, very difficult, and everybody don't become very transactional, foreign policy is one that is without exclusion. They discriminate between countries, but they look for deepening bilateral relations with countries that will share the same values, and we could be a win-win for we and them. And we also they look for opportunities for trade and investment in our country, and also for protect Sierra Leoneans and their interests anywhere and everywhere they are in the world. And so these are basically the fundamental things in the way they drive a foreign policy: respect for international law and also for treaties who they enter into, and for participate in multilateral institutions for the promotion of global peace, security, stability, and development. And the other person talk about how we balance relationship with Western countries. We are not on a scale. We're not the East or West. What we are doing is to promote our own interests as a country, and we are friends to almost all the nations in the world. And we get different levels of engagement. For example, Sierra Leone being a former British colony, we don't get historical ties with Britain, America, and many of the Western countries. We don't come to aid. We don't enjoy their mutual relations here. But they continue to keep that their relationship. And somebody talk about Musa. I really commiserate with Musa. We don't get in acceptance. They look forward for go the United States in August for go study, but unfortunately, this visa restriction on student visa don't come. We they do your own level best for ensure say in the next 3 months when they go for do this review, we'll see how we will come on for the the righteous Reunions that we want to use them visa for them go get them visa for go get the opportunities that when they seek for in the United States. And somebody they asked about the content of the letter with the Netherlands, and the content of the letter is a diplomatic note that there is a person in this country where they say them is convicted in the Netherlands on matters of drugs. It's been conveyed to the Attorney General. Government is looking into it, a diplomatic note, and of course we get bilateral relations with them. Would respect the note, and what has to be done will be done. Tunde Scott, they talk about Guinea, the whole referendum on Yenga. This is what Tunde Scott does. Guinea will not hold a referendum on Yenga. Guinea, they're about to hold a referendum for political transition. So these are the very few things, and I want to thank Una for the studio and the audience for this beautiful day, and let the week God bless you with peace, security, and prosperity in our country. Tunde Scott, Yenga referendum, no. Referendum is on the political transition in Guinea.
So how we self protect to your territory on entry point and all of that stuff?
Yes, efforts have been made, and that is why the Guineans are not in Kwendo, because government and responsibility now for protect we country and promote with sovereignty, and that is what government is doing. We'll get Ministry of Internal Affairs, we'll get the police and other security apparatus that way they do their work. We'll get the army that is ready for external aggression.
Okay, plenty thank you to you. We will be with studio guest inside this edition of the program. Good morning, Salon Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba.
Thank you very much. And tell Daddy Wakabot say if whoever is me namely add Alaji Panabek.
Okay. Well, that have been the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba. We will talk on Yenga issue, the US partial ban and other diplomatic related issue them. Well, like, as always, Michael Sambola with support from Kabe Mange Masarena and then produce this edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. DJ Sugar Kingi technical support. Fatmata Samoa and Mary Kamarabango Amekuna watch we live on our Facebook page. We will bring this edition come to you this Monday morning. Minas up to you calendar says stay tuned to this frequency and have a blessed week ahead.
My name is Usman Kamara. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
All right, stay tuned to Radio Democracy 90.